Hey everybody, welcome to phase two. So within this phase of the project, you guys are going to be continuing to do more teamwork, all right? So phase one was really kind of picking out your industry. What do you want to target? What do you guys feel comfortable working in? So you got that done. Now we're going to start to hit the road, right? Rubber's going to hit the road and we're going to start to actually give some deliverables. So the first thing is the project plan template. It's just going to be a template that you guys can use. Who's going to be the project manager, who's going to be the teams, who's going to be doing the submissions. And the reality is, the way I like it, I like everybody to submit their work. All right. So if you don't submit something, I'm going to assume that you didn't contribute at all with your team. And this is a team-based project, so you're going to need to contribute with your team. So I do have a template here. I would prefer all of these documents being in a shared location so that way you guys can all work on it. Now you could use Google Drive, you could use Dropbox, you could find a way. I would use Microsoft Teams. All right, I would actually create a Teams chat with the entire group. All of you can just add into a chat, and then I drop the documents right in there. You guys can edit those documents and then have like a living document as you're working through this phase two. So anyways, there's a project plan, basically defining the roles and the different effort that people will have to take. You're going to have a fairly large document that you're going to have to be creating in the next part of this, which will be due also within the phase two part of the documentation. So as you're working through the document, you just want to log like when you're doing what your task is, what you've contributed. So you just kind of go through all of that as you're working through it. So it's just a way of documenting, hey, this is what I've done. Okay, so then when we're ready for phase two, don't worry about due dates. All right, that's not real. That's just me creating this video at this moment. So what you're going to do is you're going to submit that here. That's going to be something that when you're done with your proposal, you'll submit that. So I'm going to get into the proposal right now. So I'm just kind of working down here. So we've got a SimSOAR proposal. All right, so you're going to need to create a proposal. We're going to use an APA format. It's going to be a real proposal that you're going to work on. And basically, you want to identify different areas. All right, so what is the security threat? What is the threat team? You know, what's the cost of doing nothing? What are different SimSOAR products that you would implement for your specific business sector? You're going to compare them, the cost of them, the cost of doing nothing, right? So you're going to go through all of this, logging policies. What would normally be like a log retention policy for this specific industry? What are some of the security concerns dealing with logging within a specific industry, dealing with HIPAA, FERPA, all that kind of stuff. So anyways, this is kind of hard, right? So it's hard to visualize. I came up with kind of a stubbed out outline. Keep in mind, this is just me. This is just a suggestion. You guys don't have to follow this, but this is kind of a good outline on what people normally would be submitting if you are going to be creating a proposal of this type. All right, so this is basically just an outline. Keep it brief. You know, I'm kind of giving an idea. And keep in mind, this is a suggestion. This is just me trying to help you guys get moving forward on this. Obviously, as you're working through it, you're going to do what you're going to do, and that's perfectly fine with me. I just want a proposal. At the end of it, I want you to tell me what product you think would best fit this organization and why, what's the cost involved with it, and the comparison. So you're going to compare, you know, a bunch of different SimSOAR products, cost of doing nothing, stakeholder, best product recommendation, why you do it, logging policy. So this is a starting point. So anyways, if it was me, I would create a document. I'd put it inside Teams, work on it together. All right, just find some way of working on this together. And then when you're done, you're going to submit your contribution form. You're going to submit this paper. And again, don't worry about the due dates. This is just a proposal, and the proposal will need to be submitted. So each individual will submit their own version, not their own version. Technically, this should all be the same version, their own copy of this document. So hopefully that's the way that works. There's additional resources that you can dig through here to help you in your walkthrough. But anyways, hopefully this helps. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out. All right. Have a good week.